All right, y'all, I tried to warn you. I said it once, twice, 3 times. 50 Cent is allegedly putting together a surviving T.I. and Tiny documentary. And yes, we're diving straight into it. Welcome back to the channel. If you're rocking with this kind of content, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. And I truly appreciate every single one of you watching right now. Major love to my day ones, day twos, day threes, and day fours. I don't take your support lightly at all, so welcome, welcome, welcome in. Now let me be clear, this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Some claims are alleged, some are public record. Check the fair use disclaimer down below. Now let's get into it, because the streets are talking, and like I said before, I told you. Word is, 50 Cent is reportedly developing a documentary titled Surviving T.I. and Tiny. And here's the kicker. They wanted this smoke. They called for it, and now it's here. This beef just escalated to a whole new level. That's what's being said right now. 50 Cent and T.I. have been throwing shots at each other online for weeks. But insiders claim 50 is about to answer back the only way he knows how, by rolling the cameras. And tell me you didn't see this coming. I've been getting messages, emails, all kinds of tips saying 50 has allegedly been speaking with individuals who previously accused T.I. and Tiny of some very serious misconduct. I'm talking about claims of inappropriate encounters and being given substances without consent. Heavy stuff. That's what's circulating out here. And on top of that, I'm hearing T.I. and Tiny have reportedly sent cease and desist letters to 50 Cent. Now wait, how do you spark the fire and then demand the flames go out? How do you start it and suddenly want silence? Maybe they don't want to be exposed the way others have been, because if this project drops, more voices could come forward beyond the 3 we already know about. And what about the ones who stayed quiet because they felt ignored? See, a documentary changes everything. Just look at what happened with R. Kelly. Once that aired, the floodgates opened wide. Suddenly, everyone had something to say. And think about how many interactions over the years could resurface. I'm just saying. Whew. And remember, this tension didn't start yesterday. It goes back to when T.I. invited 50 Cent to do a versus battle. 50 brushed it off back then, cool and unbothered. Now, years later, with money allegedly tighter, T.I. brings it up again, but 50's booked and busy. I've been told you that. And frustration builds when someone won't play along, especially if you need the moment more than they do. Spending habits can catch up when expectations don't match reality. I said that before, too. Whew. Then things turned personal. T.I. started making media rounds, speaking on 50. So 50 clapped back by posting a questionable image of Tiny, no caption needed. The message was simple: keep my name out your mouth. But instead of cooling off, T.I. and his camp allegedly escalated it. And now word is cease and desist letters are flying. That's what landed in my inbox. I received documentation showing a cease and desist was allegedly sent not just to 50 Cent, but to several bloggers who were discussing the situation. So let me get this straight. You ignite the conversation, then suddenly demand silence? That doesn't add up. It really doesn't make sense at all. But here's where it reportedly began, an unflattering photo. And now attorneys are being called, while at the same time there are accusations floating around about fake paperwork tied to family members. This could turn messy fast, because when big money clashes with smaller players, we all know who usually has the advantage, and you already know who's known for having deep pockets. I'm just saying. It's unfortunate. Reports claim 50 Cent is actively developing this documentary. Sources close to him suggest the tentative title is Surviving T.I. and Tiny. The concept would follow the same investigative true crime formula he used in previous projects, including the high-profile doc examining allegations surrounding Sean Diddy Combs. And people are still waiting on part 2 of that. If the rumors are true, 50's schedule is about to be packed, because word is he may also be exploring another high-profile subject connected to Jay-Z. That's what's being whispered. Now, individuals familiar with the situation claim this new documentary would revisit past allegations made by multiple women against T.I. and Tiny. I've heard plenty of chatter about it. Allegedly, there were claims of club encounters and introductions that raised eyebrows. That's just what's circulating. I wasn't there. Over the years, several women have publicly accused the couple of serious misconduct, yet legally those cases never seem to gain traction. Some critics argue that powerful industry connections may have played a role in that. They believe influence and resources can sometimes shift outcomes behind the scenes. That's why some feel the accusations never stuck and were quietly dismissed. Others argue the couple has always been strategic and cautious in private situations. There are claims that strict rules like collecting phones were enforced during gatherings, and if that's true, it adds another layer to the story. So, from what's being said, there's allegedly very little hard evidence. Outside of phone calls or call logs showing communication, critics claim there isn't much tangible proof, and without solid documentation, cases become difficult to push forward. That's why many of these accusations reportedly stall out. It often turns into one person's word against two public figures, and when it's two against one, the dynamic shifts. Realistically, if anyone were involved in wrongdoing, they're not likely to confess outright. That's just common sense. But here's what's buzzing. People are saying 50 Cent has been conducting interviews. I mentioned this days ago. I told you the word on the street was that he was sitting down with individuals connected to these allegations. And now look, everyone is reporting on it. So yes, this could turn into serious business. The big question is whether it will have the same cultural impact as documentaries about R. Kelly or Diddy, because some observers feel T.I. has managed to subterraneously avoid long-term consequences before. He's had prior legal troubles, including weapons charges involving serious firearms and ammunition, yet many felt the outcome was lighter than expected. And critics argue that a similar pattern appears whenever new allegations surface. Some accusers have even drawn comparisons to claims made against Diddy, allegations of coercion and being given substances without consent. That's what certain voices have been alleging for years regarding T.I. and Tiny. So you have to ask, could that be part of why tensions are flaring with someone who produced a documentary about Diddy? In my opinion, that connection might explain where this friction is rooted. And let's be honest, financial pressure rumors don't help either. Maintaining a large household and a public image isn't cheap. So stay alert. If this documentary materializes, it could be explosive, truly explosive. Investigative projects tend to dig into details that lawsuits sometimes never fully reveal. Not everything always makes it into official filings, so keep watching. Here we go again. While others may focus on diss tracks, 50 Cent appears to be playing a longer game. Music chatter might be background noise to him right now. His focus seems to be on documentary storytelling, and some believe the criticism of the Diddy project may have inadvertently put T.I. and Tiny in the spotlight. That's just my perspective, but I want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts below. If you found this breakdown informative, like, share, and subscribe.